if you only had one day in New York City?
The number one thing we'd recommend is a walking tour. Today, we're gonna take a free, no-nonsense route
To over dozens of New York City's top destinations.
eat some iconic foods,
Share our top tips.
and most importantly,
Help you find bathrooms. This is Magellan,
and this is Greyhound.
where we make videos about epic road trips, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor adventures. We're starting our day in DUMBO, aka down under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass, a neighborhood in Brooklyn. Check out the description for links to our route today. First stop, Bagel Delight on Front Street for some much needed fuel.
One of the most iconic foods you can get in New York is gonna be a bagel with cream cheese and lox.
So I got bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, salt, pepper, ketchup. Usually I get this on a roll, but this was a bagel place, and it's okay to get it on a bagel sometimes.
If you have very little time in New York City, our next spot should be on your short list. We are now about to cross the Brooklyn Bridge from Brooklyn into the city itself. The longest suspension bridge in the world at the time that it was built in 1883. An absolute monster of an engineering marvel, with two 278-foot limestone and granite towers with Gothic arches interlaced with over tens of thousands of miles of cable.
One of the things that the Brooklyn Bridge is really amazing for is you get an amazing view of the skyline, all for free.
As we make our way into Manhattan, we'll be crossing over Center Street.
All right, this is City Hall. This is where the New York City Mayor sits. This is the great thing about doing an urban hike. You can stop for a Starbucks anytime you want.
The name of the area and also the famed street itself, welcome to Wall Street, the financial and fintech center of the world. Our next few spots are right in front of each other.
Our next stop here is Federal Hall. This is actually the birthplace of American democracy of government because this is where George Washington took his oath as the first president of the United States. This is also where the U.S. Congress first sat, so very cool.
The Bill of Rights was drafted here too. Oh yeah, and bathrooms downstairs.
Right across the street from Federal Hall is the New York Stock Exchange. It was founded in 1792, and it is one of the most influential and largest stock exchanges in the world. And of course, right in front of the New York Stock Exchange is the Fearless Girl. Good luck getting a shot with the Fearless Girl. There is a line.
Originally installed in front of the Charging Bull sculpture, which we'll see soon, it was relocated after complaints.
A block away from the New York Stock Exchange and the Fearless Girl is Trinity Church. It's one of the oldest churches in New York City, and it's actually where Alexander Hamilton is buried.
Built in 1846, it was also the tallest building in the United States for a few decades. There's bathrooms inside, but only after the security check. Now we're heading to Bowling Green, where we're going to show you the Charging Bull, also known as the Bull of Wall Street, which was created by Italian artist Arturo Di Modica.
You want to get a picture of this thing, you really got to come here early.
You can tell back there's a lot of people grabbing the bull's balls because it's shiny, so you can obviously tell that is done frequently. So if you're looking for less of a line, you can go grab his balls too.
Now to head south towards the Battery.
Battery Park is a waterfront park on the southern tip of Manhattan, and it's really the gateway to New York City with Ellis Island, the immigrants coming in through there.
At 25 acres, it's got tons of monuments, walking paths, and even this.
What is that?
It's a sea glass carousel.
Wait do you guys see this thing?
Instead of the horses you typically see, this has sea creatures instead.
How cool is this? This is where I wish I was a kid again, or I had kids. I could, sneak in there. Castle Clinton is our next stop, and it is a circular shaped fort within Battery Park, and it actually guarded New York Harbor back in the day, and then it became a processing center for immigrants.
Now it's where you get your tickets for the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Besides online, of course.
And here's a little tip. There are free and clean bathrooms inside Castle Clinton. There's some construction here today, so it's a little hard to see Castle Clinton and the Statue of Liberty, but normally you would be able to see both of them. So we're gonna include some shots in here of what it normally looks like.
Next stop, Zuccotti Park, before we head to the World Trade Center complex.
With a prominent red 70-foot sculpture at one end and a history of public demonstration dating back to the colonies, this is Zuccotti Park, formerly Liberty Plaza Park.
If you need to rest, this is the perfect place to do it because there is plenty of places to sit on a bench or even get some lunch. Zuccotti Park is most well known for the birthplace of the Occupy Wall Street movement.
And now we're entering the World Trade Center complex.
A couple blocks away from Zuccotti Park is the World Trade Center pools, and they're there to commemorate the 9/11 victims, and they're set in the original footprints of the original World Trade Center buildings.
Both pools represent the largest man-made waterfalls in North America. Around the Memorial Plaza are 400 swamp white oak trees and 1 Callery pear tree.
This right here is the survivor tree. It is the only tree that survived the World Trade Center attacks, and it was replanted here as part of the memorial.
That's the 911 Museum, in my opinion, a must-visit to New York City, especially if you need a good cry.
This right here is the New World Trade Center, also called the Freedom Tower. It is the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere, and it's definitely a symbol of renewal and resilience after the attacks. So right across the street from the World Trade Center compound is the Oculus, which is a shopping and transit hub. It's supposed to symbolize a dove taking flight. So up to you guys. If you think that looks like a dove taking flight, let us know in the comments.
They got bathrooms too. And now for the Empire State Trail, a 750-mile walking and biking trail that starts in Lower Manhattan and goes to both Buffalo and Albany.
We're doing a 1.9 mile section now along the West Side Highway up to the High Line. If you don't want to walk that, take the subway from the Oculus up to near the High Line.
No matter how much I've walked here, it never gets old. Here's your chance to get some good looks of Jersey City.
So when you do this, wear something comfortable. Very, very cushy shoes. Don't make the mistake I did when I was training from my rim to rim to the Grand Canyon. I came here to do training and I was doing 25, 26 plus miles in the city on pavement with my hiking trail runners. I destroyed my feet. So wear something comfortable.
Bathrooms near Pier 51. At the intersection of Washington and Gansevoort is the High Line, a former elevated freight lane running along 10th Avenue that is about 1.5 miles in length.
Magellan is allowing us to rest for the first time in like 10 miles.
Featuring 500 plus species of plants and trees and public art, it actually used to require reservations to enter, although free.
Okay, you can even see the old railroad ties over here.
As you exit the High Line, you'll enter Hudson Yards, where you'll immediately spot the Vessel, a large spiral structure. After closing for years due to a high rate of suicides, it's finally reopened, and you can now buy tickets to walk up and around it.
Bathrooms.
As we head back east, one of the things you'll see is a triangular observation deck on the side of 30 Hudson Yards.
This right here is the Edge. It's a really awesome observation deck. Highly recommend it. We actually have another video on our channel about it if you want to check that out. Here's another tip, you you guys. Never make eye contact with anyone who has flyers in their hand. If you make eye contact, they're gonna give one to you. Penn Station is our next stop. This is the major transit hub for New York City. It connects the subways, the commuter trains, and Amtrak, and it's underneath Madison Square Garden.
MSG is Madison Square Garden, home to the New York Knicks and Rangers. And Penn Station has bathrooms. From MSG, you can see the Empire State Building, which used to be the tallest building in the world at the time. Better seen from an observation deck or outside the city, no other building in New York City is as famous or iconic. Next destination, Times Square. One of the city's most famous places, and yet, unlike nearly everything else in New York City. Chain stores, billboards, Broadway shows, street performers, all much better experienced at night when it's so lit up that it still seems like it's day. We will never begrudge anyone for wanting to visit here. You should, but once is definitely enough. It's crowded and slow going, but we've got to go through it today. And now, we're gonna grab a sandwich or two to go.
All right, so another way to save some mileage in Central Park is definitely to get one of these rickshaws. They're beautiful. All right, the next stop is Central Park, and this is where we're gonna sit down and eat our deli sandwich. All right, this is what we got. It's called a chopped cheese.
It's decent. I've had better.
Central Park is 843 acres, and it was actually the first major landscape public park in the United States.
Walking around and exploring the entire park can easily take half a day. But we won't be doing that for this route. We've got a video that just came out that shows just that, if interested.
Another way to get rid of some mileage in Central Park is to take one of these super awesome horse carriage rides. It's a super iconic thing to do. This is our next stop, the Plaza Hotel, famous for its appearance in Home Alone.
Opened in 1907, kings, presidents, and many celebrities have stayed here as guests.
The next stop on our route is Fifth Avenue, which is one of the most expensive and famous shopping districts in the United States. Okay guys, here's another tip. The monk, the yellow monk, there's a whole bunch of them. Don't take anything they give you, they just want money, okay? Just saying. Just off of Fifth Avenue is our next spot, Radio City Music Hall, which is known for its Art Deco design and as home of the Rockettes.
It's also the largest indoor theater in the world.
This is the entrance to Top of the Rock, my personal favorite observatory in the city.
Our next stop is Rockefeller Plaza, known for its iconic ice skating rink and its Christmas tree. Definitely check out those videos on our channel. We have some on that.
Up there, you can get a nice look at where Top of the Rock is from below.
A block away from Rockefeller, we have St. Patrick's Cathedral over there, which is the largest Gothic revival cathedral in all of North America, and it takes up an entire city block. It is amazingly gorgeous.
It is also the seat of the Archbishop of New York.
Bathrooms, bathrooms, bathrooms.
One of Magellan's favorite breweries is over here at Rockefeller Center to get some beer and to take a bathroom break, and now we're about to head back out.
And now for Bryant Park, a roughly 20-acre park filled with shops and kiosks with food, drinks, crafts, gifts, and even a carousel. During the summer, there's movie nights and Broadway actors performing musicals. And during the winter, well, an ice skating rink and a holiday market.
We are working on the Winter Village. Coming soon.
If you guys want to follow along on this route, check out a link in the description. We're going to leave some Google Map links down there. We're also going to have an extended link down there that includes some additional places that we didn't get to go to.
Because we started way too late today.
Our next stop is the New York Public Library, which is the second largest library system in the United States and one of the largest in the entire world.
This is patience. And that's fortitude.
Yeah, there goes
I only have one of them. Can you guess which one?
We've done a little over 18 miles at this point, and that's including the mileage that it took us to get to the first part, the Bagel Delight place. So I'm actually feeling really good. My feet are just a little bit achy, but I don't have any blisters. I don't have any hot spots on my feet. I'm feeling pretty energetic. So I think we're gonna keep going. Our next stop here is Summitwood Vanderbilt, which is the fourth largest building in New York City. It has an awesome observation deck at the top. Floor to ceiling mirrors. It's truly psychedelic. Definitely check out our other video on that. It's super cool.
If you're weird with heights, the mirrors are a bit unsettling though. Trust me.
Another iconic building, the Chrysler Building, is our next stop. And this building was actually the tallest building in New York City for about a year until the Empire State Building was built. Our next stop is Grand Central Terminal. This is the largest train station in the entire world based on number of train platforms. And it is famous for its celestial ceiling.
Whether inside or outside, the beautiful Beaux Arts design is a must-see.
And with that, our route comes to a close. We are gonna get the final thing, which is the most important thing, dinner. And we are gonna get some iconic New York pizza. This is just a random New York pizza place in New York. It's right by Grand Central Station. We're gonna check it out.
You're comparing what? Apple to apple.
Yeah, I figure after 18 plus miles, I deserve 2 slices of pizza.
Remember to check the description to see the links for our route. And if you want to see some in-depth tours of these actual places when we visited them other times, check out our New York City playlist on our channel. We'll see you on the trails or in the water.